Hi there, Uncle Mark again, with something a little bit different. A friend of mine over in the States, David Youngquist, a publisher and author of some repute, asked me to read out a short prose piece he's written about the current pandemic. We don't have a title as such. We'll just call it an homage. I do not know personally anyone who's died of cholera, of smallpox, of malaria. I do not know of anyone personally who's died of dengue fever, bubonic plague, typhoid. But I do know these diseases exist. History is replete with stories of them. Because of malaria, Africa was known as the black child's grave or the white man's death. Edgar Allan Poe wrote stories of the horrors of the Black Death. Artists depicted dancing skeletons wearing crowns and papal robes, cavorting with skeletons dressed in the rags of paupers. We still use the term Typhoid Mary, not realising she was a real person. Diseases have killed humanity by the thousands, the millions, possibly the billions in the history of our species. Between a half and a third of the population of Europe was erased during the plague. In the Spanish-American War, more troops died of malaria or cholera than died from bullets or bombs. Smallpox was used as a weapon against the First Nations, the native tribes of the New World. But the novel coronavirus is a plot perpetrated by the deep state and helmed by Democrats. Crisis actors, dressed as doctors and nurses, perpetuate the myth. The cry comes out, I don't know anyone who has it, who's died of it, so it's not real. But I do. 2 of my customers have died from it. Another customer's taken care of a mother who's in a hospice with COVID-19. It is real. It's silent. It's invisible. It doesn't come with bombs and guns or tanks. It comes with a handshake, a sneeze, a hug that says, I love you. In our unenlightened past, disease killed people, not only for what it is and what it does, but because of our ignorance of how it worked. Religion told us disease is from the devil. It proved we were unclean, that it marked us as the devil's minions. Now we understand disease, what it does, how it kills. And yet, we still deny it. I do not know anyone personally who was killed by cholera. But I know if you go to the old sections of the cemeteries in Moline, Rock Island, Davenport, those who care for the dead can show you the mass graves of our ancestors who died in those early outbreaks. Galesburg has a section as well. I stumbled across some of these places while researching my family history. You find them tucked away in a far corner, away from their fellow slumberers, usually marked with one simple stone, sometimes inscribed with a few names, those who are actually known, the cause of death, the invisible thing that took them, sometimes inscribed as well: typhoid, cholera, Spanish flu. And now New York, with COVID-19, has a new potter's field. May they find peace in a better place.